I've got something depressing to show you guys before we end out the day, and it's the fact that, apparently there's a legal battle over who owns Italian Brainrot. Now, if you don't know what Italian Brainrot is, as I did not know several months ago, I was, very, very quickly introduced to it, and I'm gonna force you to be introduced to it as well. I'm sorry, but if I have to know about this, you have to know about this too. That I thought AI content can't be copyrighted. That's what they're trying to handle right now. That's what they're trying to figure out at the moment. But here.
Tra-la-lero, tra-la-la, shark with blue shoes. Slides through the sea like he's got nothing to lose. Tung 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 sahur, puffing real slow. Wooden and smooth, got that silent glow. Bombardino, crocodilo, engines roar. Jet croc snapping through the ocean floor. Brr, brr, pat up him floating slow. Cooler than ice, got nowhere to go. Fully frula, flaps with speed. Coffee bird buzzing like he just got freed. Spanero, Rogalubero, shades on tight. Pigeon detective in the dead of night. Trippy chopper, whiskers twitch. Shrimp cat sliding through seaweed rich.
So, like, it's the idea behind the avatar animals with absolutely no creativity whatsoever. That's all it is, with AI-generated music and AI-generated lyrics.
Herbaloni, lalaloni, chillin' round. Coconut capybara rolling on the ground. Banana dive, dolphin need a splash with flair. Banana fin flying through the salty air. Oh, oh, oh. Tra-la-lero, tra-la-la, leads the wave. Deep sea party, no need to behave.
So now that I've forced you to deal with this as well, there is in fact a company that is trying to copyright this. Why? I don't fucking know, man. But let's talk about it. Oh, is there a version of this I can listen to? Let's do that.
Around the country, kids have been going wild for characters collectively known as Italian Brainrot.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not go wild for characters known as Italian Brainrot. I'm sorry, but, you know, apparently some people are.
Tra-la-lero, tra-la-la! Let's go! Yeah!
These Brainrot memes are generated using artificial intelligence, and you can find them on social media, YouTube, and in video games. And their popularity has sparked a fight over who, if anyone, owns them.
Nobody should. It's AI generated. It was literally built by using the collective knowledge of human beings that was stolen from them. So there is no one person nor corporation that should own any of it, as it was created by said collective knowledge of human beings that no one person owns.
Anyone owns them. NPR's Jeff Brumfield has more on the brewing legal battle.
Grown-ups can find Italian Brainrot pretty confusing, and attorneys Josh Geller and Aaron Moss are no exception.
What's the cow that is Saturn-shaped?
Oh, yes.
Vaca Saturnina. Hold on, let me find that.
They're talking about a ridiculous character that is somehow both a cow and the planet Saturn.
La Vacca Saturno Saturnita.
Its Italian-sounding name is part of the joke. It didn't come from Italy at all. It came from an image generator.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know that one, here you go. It's fucking dumb. That's it. There it is. There it is. You did it. You did it. I don't know what the appeal is. I don't. Here we are. Here's the fucking idiot. The pro-rape idiot, actually, again, in the past, who said that. Moral Shatter says, trans monsters are an eyesore for women's actual biological rights. No matter what bullshit left-wing scientific... You mean You mean fucking science? You goddamn idiot. No matter what bullshit left-wing scientific research you dig up, trans women are 100% biological men who deserves nothing. Okay, cool. So now that you have said, in no uncertain terms, that my girlfriend deserves nothing, which would include living, going to the locker room at Planet Fitness where she feels safe, going and taking a fucking shit in the women's restroom, then, yeah, nope, you're just gonna get banned. Sorry. Like, once you start doing this whole trans people deserve nothing thing, you just get banned. You're gone. Like, I apologize that somebody made your brain hemorrhage when you were a child and you've never managed to get over it. Sincerely, I apologize on behalf of everybody who has any type of mental issue, because you're a bad representation of all of them. Every one of them combined is a more moral, creative, and better person than you could ever hope to be. And I sincerely hope you do look over that bridge one day and just contemplate a lot of your life choices. Anywho, back to the topic at hand.
Some anonymous server in a data center. Moss and Geller are copyright lawyers at the firm Mitchell, Silberberg, and Knupp, and you might wonder why they're having to learn about all this stuff. Well, it's because Brainrot has found its way into court. Josh Geller.
I think the one that's most at issue in our lawsuit is Tung 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 Sahur.
Sometimes just Tung Tung Sahur, depends who you ask. Tung Tung Sahur is one of the biggest characters in Italian Brainrot. He looks like a wooden stick with a face and human feet, and he's holding a baseball bat. Weird, I know, but the youth love him.
Oh! Tung Tung!
As you can hear in this YouTube video.
So I think what happens is you get a bunch of people who think that liking this shit is ironic humor. If you've ever, oh god, I'm gonna get the wrong audience. I'm gonna create the wrong audience when I mention this. But I'm gonna talk about Homestuck for a minute, and I'm gonna talk about Dave for a minute. And there is a specific line in Homestuck where Dave wonders if his brother likes the things he likes ironically or unironically, or if liking them unironically comes full circle into liking them ironically and making it cool, or if it is the other way around. It's such a fucking headache. But this is an actual thing that happens early in the story of Homestuck before the world gets fucking blown up. Anyway, it's people who like a thing ironically because they recognize that it's bullshit, and then like a bunch of people pick up on that and then start liking it unironically because liking it ironically eventually does take you full circle into liking it unironically.
Fight over Tung Tung began last year. He was featured in a very popular video game just months after the character popped up on the internet. The game is called Steal a Brainrot. In the game, different Brainrot characters come out on a conveyor belt and players pick them up.
I call these, this is mine.
But they can also steal Brainrots from each other.
Bro, who just took my stuff? Sammy, what the?
After it debuted last spring, Steal a Brainrot quickly became one of the hottest games on the platform Roblox. But then the company...
God damn it, Roblox was a mistake. Jesus Christ.
The company that makes it got a letter from another company in France. That company claimed to represent the creator of Tung Tung Sahur and demanded that the game buy a license for Tung Tung's use. Now, this sort of thing happens all the time. If you want to put Darth Vader in a video game, for example, you'd have to pay a fee to Disney. But lawyer Aaron Moss says Tung Tung and his ilk are different.
It's our client's position that the various brainrots that are featured in this game, because they were created by AI, are not protectable. They're not owned by anybody.
Because Tung Tung and the other Brainrot characters are generated by a computer, he says, no human can own the license. Steve Stein, a lawyer representing the French company, disagrees. He says the characters were made by humans, and even if it didn't take much effort, that still counts under the law.
But they were AI generated. Like, they're not actual characters. They were AI generated. Like, it's one thing if you say you write a character up, you make a backstory for them that you write on your own, and then you put them into like a chatbot thing, and then like the chatbot emulates that character, because that's no different than like programming a chatbot to sound like Mario, right? That's the same fucking shit. This, on the other hand, is a character was made whole cloth from AI. The design process was just you putting in a prompt. If this goes forward and the AI shit gets it, then the legal precedent becomes it is not something that an AI company owner can be legally responsible for to a major degree to steal all of the artwork from fucking everywhere. But they can then take all of that stolen artwork and homogenize it into a piece of fucking garbage and then call that theirs, and then they will have legal protections for it. Despite the fact that those legal protections uniquely did not happen for any of the artists involved. Somehow.
Under the law.
If I sat here right now and like drew a picture of something, right? And I spent 30 seconds doing that, that could be copyrightable.
According to court records, Tung Tung's creator made the character in 15 minutes using just 7 prompts on an AI image generator.
Therefore, you didn't make it. It was made using prompts. That's not you making it.
But Stein says there's a lot more to Tung Tung than meets the eye. It turns out the character isn't a wooden stick after all. It's actually a type of Indonesian drum called a kentagon.
And during Ramadan, those kentagons are used to wake up people for sahur, a pre-fast meal.
The young man who made Tung Tung Sahur is from Indonesia. Stein argues the character is an artistic expression based on his culture. That means Tung Tung was made by a person, not a computer, and as such, Stein claims the creator and the French company that represents him should get a cut.
The core of this dispute is whether a deep-pocketed company like the one that owns Steel Brainrot can take characters created through an involved creative process, generate millions of dollars by using these characters without permission, and not give the people who created them a dime merely because AI played some role.
Tung Tung Sahur is on the front line.
Right. But here's the thing. You can frame this as a win for the little guy. You can try. But if you do that, it sets the precedent that companies can then start making AI-generated things and then copywriting those things. Now, I want to go ahead and point out something to all of you. AI makes things damn near instantaneously. Damn near. Now, why does that matter? Now, let's say that you're a mega corporation and you would like to, well, let's go ahead and say, copyright damn near every possible idea that could be conveyed. If AI-generated images can be copyrighted, then a potential thing a megacorp could do is get 1,000 employees on setting up prompts to build out billions of fantasy characters, copywriting all of them with all of their name variations they possibly could have because the company made them on their software, right? So now there's 12 gazillion legal fucking minefields that anybody could stand in when they're trying to make their fantasy novel or their fantasy anime or whatever the fuck they are trying to make. This is just one example, right? But like, I'm already at the stage where if I see the word Elara ever on anything, my brain immediately screams AI first, but I don't want to have my brain scream AI for every character ever made, put out by every fucking thing, because that's just the financially responsible thing to do for the megacorp. We're already getting dangerously close to cyberpunk level bullshit. I don't want to get any closer to it if we can stop that. Cal says, how about Drizzt? What about Drizzt? Drizzt is a character that predates this. But for every possible variation of edgy dark elf character set in the Forgotten Realms, possibly, or thing that looks like the Forgotten Realms but is slightly adjacent, you could build all of those out. And now the only options you have are trying to run your character through a software that checks to see if that thing has been generated by some fucking corporation somewhere. Like, no. Yellow Purple Soda says, and when little guy does make something... when little guy does make something, the company is going to sue them as they will have made them first using AI. Yep. Fazio says I need to be in a corpo. I'm not being a brokey in cyberpunk dystopia. I see what happens to those people. I would rather be on the side of people fighting for what's right than on the side of people who have the money, personally. But I like things like morality. But sir, if we go into Cyberpunk, maybe we can do a Megabuster level. No, instead of a company can just instantly make an AI slight variation of new character posted online, copyright that, and then retroactively attack the person because they can go, look, we technically made it 0.02 milliseconds before they did. Yep. No, there's a bunch of ways this can go fucking sideways that I do not want to experience. That I'd rather die as a Silverhand than lives in Arasaka. Yep. Then again, the most quotable thing from Johnny Silverhand is the tongue puncher until she can't think straight one. I can't remember exactly how that one is worded, but it's a meme that floated around. I can't remember the exact words for it, but somebody's going to post it because somebody always does with that one. So he says, like, I know in Cyberpunk you get all sorts of mods. Yeah, but if you get a bunch of mods in Cyberpunk, you get cyberpsychosis. And if you get cyberpsychosis, well, you basically have two worlds ahead of you. The world where you get killed, or the world where somehow you survive and you become a god that can get all the modifications you want. And unfortunately, for 99.9% of you, you will be dead. You will not become Atom Smasher. You will be gone. And Bravo says, I hate this timeline.
Broader question about AI and art. Mark McKenna is a law professor at UCLA. He says the courts have already ruled that
a fully AI-generated character wouldn't be subject to copyright. There has to be human authorship involved in the creation of it.
But how much involvement is still a very open question. There are some technical reasons to do with trademark and copyright that mean this case may not settle it, but McKenna says he believes sooner or later some AI-generated art will be protected, in part because U.S. intellectual property law doesn't really care if the art's any good.
In general, the standard for originality is pretty low. It doesn't have to be, something that's like the most creative thing in the history of the world.
There are many millions to be made. The question is, who gets a slice of Italian brainrot pie? Jeff Brumfield, NPR News.
I think I want to vomit
from NPR News.
Hearing those exact words. Italian brainrot pie. Does anybody want a piece of that? Or do you want to go, live with human beings and, I don't know, have sex with real people? Because that would be the alternative to AI-generated everything, actually. Bravo says, when I was a kid, I wanted the Jetsons. Instead, the game is 1984. In a perfect world, nobody gets a profit off it. Yeah, in a perfect world, nobody profits off any of this shit. But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in the one we got. Ew, sex with people is yuck. Yeah, if you're ace, I'm not. Anyways, I don't know what to end this on. Other than fuck AI-generated bullshit. But not in that way, you goddamn weirdos. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.